All right, for those of you who just want to see maybe another problem done with all the steps, I'm going to go through one right now. Again, this is from the homework, and realize just on the homework, don't do number 3, 4, or 5, okay? Oh, don't do that. Yeah, it's just extra practice for you. You got to start with number 6 is actually the first one you do, okay? I think I'm going to start with number 7 just because that does have a negative a, so I could see that fooling people just a little bit. So again, I'm just going to go through the steps to walk through them a little more in case you want one more example to see. It looks like, and establishing my A, B, and C from that problem up there, A is -1, which is totally fine. Again, that's what's great about the quadratic formula. It works no matter what the numbers are. So that's the beauty of it. So, and then B will be 1 and C will be 14. Okay, so again, I'll just walk through now me plugging these answers in, or plugging these numbers in, and then trying to get an answer for this this quadratic formula problem. So B is 1, so in this case it'll be -1 plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is still 1, so 1 squared is still 1, minus 4 times A times C. A is -1, and C is 14. Okay, so there's what that part looks like. And then all over 2a, and just don't forget that a is negative in this case, -1, so it's -2 on the bottom. All right? So here's what I've got so far. Again, if you're doing number 7 along with me, or you got stuck on one and you want to see one more, here's what it would start to look like. Okay? So now I'm going to simplify everything under the square root here. 1 minus, well, I got to do all this multiplying first, though. 4 times -1 times 14. Okay? Now, if you want, sometimes I know some people like to do this. See that this, just think of this 4. You can think of it like -4, and this like -1. The two negatives are going to cancel, so just realize I'm going to end getting plus something when I'm all done, right? I'm going to have 1 plus. So if that helps you too, some people like to think of it like that and makes it easier for them. Some people like to leave the subtraction there, sign there and just times the 3 numbers. Whatever you think is going to work for you, as always, okay? But in this case, I'm going to say 1 plus, and then 4 times 1 times 14. I think that's 56, if I'm not mistaken. So you can double check that as well, but 56 I think sounds right. And then over -2. Okay, and I can add those two together quickly and just say 57. And so right now, again, if you wanted to show this on your paper, I'd be okay with it for work. You got your first step where you plugged everything in, and now you've simplified everything under the square root. Okay, this would be a good start. Otherwise, using my calculator here, I also punched in the square root of 57 and got it to be 7.55, it looks like. So you could also have that in place of the square root too. I'd be okay with this instead of you putting square root of 57. At least then I know I can see where you got that number, and we can check and see if that number's right if I was trying to help you. Okay? All right, so then I've got to this point now, and now I've got to take the high road and the low road and figure out my two answers. -1 plus the square root of 57, which is 7.55. And then divide that by -2, and then -1 minus 7.55, and divide that by -2. So I'm going to do that right now and put our answers in. Okay, and then for the answers for this problem, I got these two answers, -3.28 and 4.28. Now, I know that depending on when you rounded, you could have got 0.27 as well for either one, but just and realize I'll try to make those adjustments in Schoology too. I don't want there to be a rounding thing like that. Again, if you got like 82.5, well, then you're off. But if you're within like 100th like this, okay, and again, just kind of depends on when you round it. I can tell when those kind of cases are going to happen. Then I will keep an eye out for that and adjust it. But if you got this and you see all the steps and how I did everything above, then you're off to a good start. I'll do one more here as an example, and then you can watch that one too, and hopefully that will help you as well, okay? Okay, I decided to do one a little later in the assignment. Actually, I think the last one, number 15, just because I want to point to this about this as well. Notice how this one doesn't have it solved for 0, so we need to move everything to one side. So some people might think they have to subtract 7x and add 2x to both sides to get it to the left. Some people might think, oh, can I just minus 9 to both sides and get it to the right? Which way is correct? Again, here's the nice thing about quadratic formula. It will work either way, you guys. Your friends can do it one way, and you could do it another. And as long as you get everything to one side, and you plug things in, of course, correctly in the formula, and you evaluate the formula correctly, you both should get the same exact answer. It will not matter whether everything is on one side or the other. So in this case, I'm going to subtract 9 to both sides. So I'm going to say that my equation is 7x squared minus 2x minus 9 equals 0. So this is my A, B, and C. I'm going to have positive 7, negative 2, and negative 9. But again, realize if you have all the signs flipped, it actually will still work. Just like when we factored too, there's a certain way we liked it. We liked to have the leading coefficient positive to make factoring work, but if it was negative, there were ways around it. It just didn't work as nicely as the rules we learned, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to start setting up the problem here and show you the work from there. So let me start doing that. Okay, so after plugging everything in, again, here's the first step of your work as well that you need to show. Negative b, well in this case b was negative 2, so when I plugged it in, it's just 2 up there. Plus or minus, square root of b squared, which negative 2 squared is just positive 4. Minus 4, that's always there. Times a, which is 7 in this case in my equation, and times negative 9. Again, if all your signs are flipped, it'll still work out. Okay, but here's me doing it this way with this equation. Oh, and then I'm over 2a, which is 14. Okay, so see what I've got there so far. Again, then the next line of your work is you evaluating some of the square root and getting down to just one number, or even taking the square root of that number. So then I'd have, at this point, 4. Again, the way I like to do it is I see this as negative 4, and I'm multiplying that by a negative 9 over here. So I'm going to end up with plus whatever I get for the numbers when I multiply those three numbers together. Okay, so when I multiply them all together, I think I get 252. And then I'm just going to shortcut here a little bit and erase that. 4 plus 252 gives me 256, which hopefully looks familiar to you, as it does to me. That is actually a perfect square number, which is kind of nice for this problem. Okay, so far I'm up to this point. Square root of 256 is 16. So this is 2 plus or minus 16 all over 14. Okay, and then, so now I can evaluate and take the high road and the low road, 2 plus 16 and 2 minus 16, and figure out both of my answers. Well, I know that I'm going to actually do the low road here first, just because I know 2 minus 16 gives me negative 14, and negative 14 divided by 14 gives me negative 1 for that one. Okay, the high road gives me 18 over 14, which then I could reduce down to, what, 9 over 7. Actually, if I reduce it as a fraction, and 9 over 7, I could find out what the decimal is as well, but I'm just going to stop right there because, again, that's something you can punch in. So, but you get the idea, at least, of hopefully the steps and seeing what's supposed to happen to get everything plugged in correctly. Okay? If you need a little more help, email or Zoom me. I definitely can help you with some of the problems if you need. All right? Do the best you can, you guys.